Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Card Karma. Today we have for you a Bunnelbee deck of sorts. Ever since the banning of Lysander's Trump card, everyone's kind of hyped up Bunnelbee because he has one of the only reliable ways to get cards from your discard back into your deck. And he also has a Mill 2 ability, it's Mill 1 that you can do twice thanks to Omega Barrage. But he can get rid of 2 cards per turn, which is substantial. It's more than you draw, so you're putting them down more than you're currently drawing if in a non-supporter situation. And like I said, Rototiller putting any card back into your hand, so you can recur a lot of little tricks, and this deck has a lot of them. For example, you can recur Life Dews, you could recur Trick Shovels. You could recur anything, any of your supporters, basically. Float Stones, Head Ringers, Aqua's Base, every little card that we have can be recurred with Rototiller, just allowing us not only to keep fuel in our deck, but also just getting value out of it, playing it all again. So we run 4 Bunnelbee. Pretty straightforward. They low prize risk and they do a lot of work. So 4 Bunnelbee, 3 Shaman because they're bigger risk due to being EX, but we do love to take advantage of the setup ability, so we run 3 of those. Got a 2/2 line of Swirlix and Slurpuff. Slurpuff for tasting ability. Once in your turn you may draw a card. If it's your active, you get to draw 2 cards. So pretty cool. We can Shaman Sky Return into them, or just switch into them and draw 2 cards while we do our other just denying them cards, resources, all that. So we're keeping up, we're drawing cards while getting rid of their cards. And we run 1 Cobalion EX, and he's kind of I wouldn't say our main muscle, because we still don't really aim to do damage. Sometimes we can win with damage, it's not impossible, but we mostly use, say, Righteous Edge for 1 energy, discard a special energy attached to the defending Pokemon. So if they run DCE, Mystery Energy, Strong Energy, Rainbow Energy, Double Dragon Energy, all that can get knocked off with Righteous Edge. It's weak to Steel, so that's a benefit. And we do have Steel Bullet, which is not out of reach for us to do, and it goes through things like Safeguard and Pyroar, I guess. No one plays Pyroar, but it goes through just basically anything. It's 100 damage is solid enough. Like I said, we don't really aim to attack, but he can get the job done when we need to. So we run 4 Crushing Hammers, and that can be recurred with Rototiller, but just trying to deny them energy, prevent them from attacking us at all. By reducing their energies, it forces them to have to draw more to get energies. So it's just kind of a good loop for us. We just force them to draw into their deck and we destroy it. We're only running 2 Enhanced Hammers because we do have Cobalion's Righteous Edge, and we can recur these as well, and they're more narrow in usage than regular hammers are. So this could be the wrong play, but I've only got the 2 for right now. 1 copy of Sacred Ash, and that's obviously to get back either Cobalion, because we only run the 1. All of our cards are good to get back, basically. Bunnelbees, Shamans, Slurpuffs, etc. So great card in this deck. It also prevents us from milling out. Megaphone. See, the funny thing is we run ringers, so at some point our Megaphone gets turned off, possibly, but you can actually also use it to get rid of a tool first, get rid of either a link or a band, and then throw a ringer on it. So Megaphone is still a good card in this matchup. Target Whistle. If there's something that allows us to stall much easier, like either they take a long time to set up or have a high retreat cost or something, we can just pull that back out and force them to stall with us. 3 copies of Trick Shovel, maybe should be 4, but we can Rototiller them if it's that important. But I don't see why it would ever be better than just burrowing. But we run 3 Trick Shovels. They're extra mill, extra destruction for us, just card destruction, just get rid of all the resources if possible. 3 Ultra Balls because maybe we do need to. We can Ultra Ball for Shaman, Ultra Ball for Bunnelbee, Ultra Ball for Slurpuff, Ultra Ball for Cobalion. All of our cards. I mean, we all know why Ultra Ball is good. There's not really any question there. 3 Versus Seeker allows us to reuse our draw supporters. We run slightly less maybe than an average deck, but that's kind of the point. We want to stay behind on draws, if that makes sense. But all of our stuff is fuel. Basically, all our stuff is live. This actually runs 2 copies of Share and just draw 3. Like I said, we want to keep our draw low but consistent. Like with Tasting, we're drawing 2, 1 or 2 depending. So drawing 3, drawing 4. I mean, yeah. So we're keeping cards in our hand. We just aren't inning all the time or sycamoring our whole hand away. We're being conservative here. 1 copy of Lysander, again, to work with like stuff like Target Whistle, and you can make things, you can stall things out. Via Seeker, you can use them multiple times, so Lysander's fine here. 4 copies of In. I originally only had, I think, like 2, and I upped this count just because I didn't have a lot of, I did need some draw support. In was a solid one, I thought, because if they start taking prizes off our Bunnelbees or whatever, we'll be inning them down low, and we don't take prizes often, so we'll be inning high, getting good cards, and keeping up. 1 copy of Sycamore because I don't want to be discarding a lot of valuable resources away all the time. So yeah, he's just a one-off here. 1 copy of Sycamore that can grab any of our Stadiums, our Life Dew, our Headringer, our Flow, any of our good Enhanced Hammers, lots of stuff here. 2 copies of Team Flare Grunt because, like I said, we're not drawing a lot, so it is sometimes worthwhile, worth your turn supporter to just knock off energies. If you can prevent them from attacking the next turn, like nothing feels worse than just not being able to KO a Bunnelbee just sitting there, you know, like say an Evil Tall and you just knock off their Dark, and you know it's going to take them at least 2 attachments to Evil Ball. You know, it's pretty sweet. You just sit there and burrow them or Rototiller back a valuable card, you know. 1 copy of Silent Lab. We don't want this out a lot because we do have our Shamans and stuff, but it shuts off a lot of strategies, really. Silent Lab's really powerful. And then we have 2 copies of Aqua Secret Base. The retreat cost of each Pokemon in play is now 1 more. We don't really retreat, I guess. Like, we use floats for our what's called Slurpuff. And actually, there's currently a glitch in TCGO that forces Team Aqua Secret Base's effect to linger even after the stadium has been trumped. So every Pokemon in play will have an extra star in their retreat cost. I'm pretty sure it's only if they were out while the stadium was out. I haven't checked that, if new Pokemon that come in get that, but yeah. This deck is not necessarily built to try to take advantage of that by any means, but it is an added benefit that we get from that. It's, like I said, not something I'm trying to exploit or anything like that, but it does benefit us. 2 Float Stones. Pretty much we have 2 copies of Slurpuff. Ideally, we want floats on each one. We can just, you know, floats on one and maybe like whatever, but we can switch in and out of Tasting for 2 into either Bunnelbee or Cobalion. Life Dew. This is awesome in combined with a Rototiller because we can just constantly just be denying them prizes and then, you know, mulling them out and all those fun things. Headringer goes really well with our energy denial strategy. We just get rid of everything that they can attack with and then make it harder for them to attack. So it's just like a double whammy. I would maybe run 3 if I had them. I only own 2, so they're in here. 4 copies of DCE works well with Shaman. They also work as energies on Burrow or whatever. Oh yeah, DCE is fine. 7 basic metal energies, which is maybe too many, honestly. I could maybe use with more trainers, because Cobalion only needs 1. He only needs 3 for his other attack, and even through a Headringer, that's 4 energies. It's not that he's the only attacker, so yeah, I don't know. The energy base could be slimmed down, perhaps, but yeah, let's take this into a ranked match and see how well it fares. Or a little crazy bunny throwing hammers. We see Gleason with a colorless Psychic Dark deck. Maybe some kind of Hydreigon deck. Anyway, we missed the flip, and our opponent will get to decide. They go first, as they should. I'm going to lead Bunnelbee here. And I'll go ahead and bench the Swirlix. We are facing Speed Lugia, apparently. So this will be quite the match, I'm sure. If our hammers hit, we might be in business. If I could get Silent Lab into play, that would be optimum as well. Miss our first hammer, that's great. Opponent's deck. Get rid of a Colorless Machine. That could be solid. If I almost don't care about this, I want to go for Silent Lab, but and we hit that hammer. Uh-oh, we might be in business now, boys. And we got rid of another energy, and our opponent shows a face of hate, that's for sure. Okay, he's been definitely slowed down. That's really good for us. We're gonna go ahead and end, which is gonna give him cards, but we do get the enhanced hammer, so if he does manage to not to do something, yeah, he'll be faced with resistance. And this Lugia can't even actually retreat right now, so he's pretty much stuck as it stands. Could go for an Ultra Ball. I don't really want to lose any of my stuff right now. I'm just going to keep burrowing here. Colorless Machine, that's good. And a DCE. This is looking terrible for my opponent. Okay, we do see a Plasma Energy come down. A Colorless Machine. He gets the Colorless Machine with a Shadow Triad, gets a third energy down. We see a Trainer's Mail. So he's trying. I really hope I can get Silent Lab into play. He does play the Frozen City, that doesn't really bother me. I've already got my Bunnelbee attached. I don't need to attach the Swirlix. Okay, he's going to pass the turn without attacking. Play a Bunnelbee. Yeah, I'm still just going to hammer. Shaman for 2 cards. I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to Rototiller, get my hammer back, and burrow. Getting rid of Juniper, so there goes some draw support. Plays an Eevee. Oh, okay, he has to be a Seeker for the Juniper, so I kind of helped him there, I guess you could say. He does get a first hand to 7, he gets to attach. Goes for the Ultra Ball, grabbing an Umbreon, and he passes to me. I want to get, I don't know if, I'm gonna take some damage there. I don't know what should. Oh no, I don't have any Slurpuff in. That's terrible. That's really bad, actually. And just as he almost gets there, head ringer. I'm just gonna go ahead and burrow too. Now he needs a DCE to attack. He goes the Junipers for a fresh 7, and he gets the DCE, gets the Frozen City. All that to take. How many prizes will he actually get off that? We got 1. Just gonna promote Cobalion. I'm gonna Sacred Ash to get my Slurpuff back in. I didn't realize that was my only one, I guess. You're gonna trump his stadium, that's sick. Get a heads on a hammer. This is just bad for my opponent right now. Knock off his DCE. Lugia is down to 11 cards. This is just brutal. This is a terrible matchup for my opponent, and yeah, we get the win. That was almost unwinnable. That was almost the perfect matchup to show off this deck with. Maybe too perfect, because I don't think it would go that well in most matchups. But yeah, we just had the perfect energy denial to just make sure Lugia could never make an impact on that game. Alright, let's try to get another win with Bunny Hammers. Look for an opponent here. See what we'll be destroying today. Hopefully. Alright, we got Novo player with the Psychic Fighting Colorless. This might be Lando bats, it might be Wobbuffet Groudon, it might be something else. Let me go no basics, so we're gonna mulligan. We do see a bat and a strong energy, so probably Lando bats. I saw a laser Verbank in there, that's very interesting. And we're gonna start Shaman, which is not great, but we'll see what happens. Yep, we do see the standard Lando bat, so this is probably gonna be a bad matchup for us. If we can stay on him with the hammers and stuff, maybe we'll be okay. We see a town map revealing his prizes. We see a computer search ditching a Lysander and his megaphone. Maybe gonna grab like a draw support or strong energy or something, I don't know. A laser just to be a dick. You see one Verbank prized. You see a Shaman come down for some extra cards. Another Zubat hits the bench, and he is powered up. You can go for the scoop, probably for the Shaman. He gets the tails anyway. And we see the in. Our hand wasn't that great, so we don't mind that much. I do see a laser. Tails. Okay, and he passes the turn. I'm gonna play my Swirlix. Gonna try his hammer here. Get the heads. Peace out energy. Go ahead and trick shovel here, getting rid of a muscle band. I'm not gonna ultra ball. Just gonna pass. Okay, we see the strong come down. See Golbat hitting my Shaman. Versus Seeker for an N. He plays the Skyla. Interesting. Maybe for Muscle Band, maybe for Burbank. Yeah, Burbank. So I think you'll actually be able to take this Shaman out this turn, which is unfortunate. No, he can't. Okay, we missed the flip on the hammer. Good flare grunt. Get the enhanced hammer, that's fine. Okay, tasting for a trick shovel. Knock out that laser. Does trump our Aqua Base anyway. See an Ultra Ball, probably grabbing Crobat or Golbat, or maybe Shaman, if he doesn't have any good draw support. Yeah, Shaman. Opponent's at 26 cards, we're at 30. He's going to go ahead and draw another 6. Hits me for 30, hits my Slurpuff for 30. Run Lysander out that Shaman and hit it with a Righteous Edge. See a BS Seeker for a Skyla, maybe Skyla for Switch. Nope, Laser. He does get the heads. do get the tails, that's unfortunate. Trick Shovel, my opponent's deck, get rid of the Crobat. My opponent scoops. I don't know what to think about that. I guess they just can't handle the bunny power. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't really know if that counted as a win or not, but I'm gonna have to call it there. Yeah, bunnies with hammers. It's not that reliable, not that strong. I could be misplaying it. There could be, I'm sure there's several areas in which I can improve the way I'm playing the deck. But yeah, it's pretty fun, pretty infuriating, and it's pretty fun to go counter to what most people are playing, like just getting rid of their energies, getting rid of winning through other ways. And, you know, as we saw with Wailord, that can be very powerful when it's done intelligently and it hits the right, attacks the meta in the right way. So yeah, maybe keep an eye out for bunny locks and or bunny hammers. And yeah, bunny is actually a hard counter to Wailord, so it's funny that these two different decks are hitting the metagame from different sides and yet oppose each other. I did actually see this deck from Ryan Sablehouse's stream. I don't have his exact deck list, so I just made my own variant of what I saw him playing around with. My variant is probably pretty close to his. The exact counts on certain cards are probably off, and I don't know. I'm willing to bet I'm way off on some things, but yeah, I just wanted to play around with a different style of deck that I hadn't seen before. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you should like, follow, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. If you want to catch me live, follow me on twitch.tv/carmaverick. Yeah, and I'm just trying to get this channel started, so if you have any ideas on how I can improve, or new things, new decks, new videos you want to see, just let me know in the comments. I appreciate all you guys watching, and have a good day.